What's good, everybody? It's your main man, Casey King Self Life Wrestling Taste. Did I watch Smackdown? Heck to the freaking no. Only thing I know about Smackdown is they had to redo John Cena and Logan Paul because the word is when Logan Paul came in to swing on Fruity Pebbles, he missed him like a mug. So they literally had to redo the scene. Literally. Live on TV. Listen, man, WWE all over the place. WrestlePalooza is the name of the show that's going to be going head to head with freaking All Out. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm one for competition. I've always said that. I'm one for competition. I want both the E and AEW to be two of the greatest wrestling promotions we have in North America going head to head, giving us great content. So I can come on here and say, you know what? I thought Raw was good. I thought Smackdown was good. Or I thought Dynamite was straight. I thought Collision was straight. That's what I want. But because cats are so busy focusing on trying to take the other company out or put them out of place, that they're not really focusing on building great stuff for them. Like, I remember a time where so many people like to go back and talk about black and gold, but they got to understand Triple H had a great team around him. He wasn't really the one that was, he was coming up with stuff, but he had visionaries that knew what they were doing to help him write what he needed to write. Now, with him being number one and in control of content creation or whatever you want to call it, storylines or whatever, this fool is just too busy hanging out with Disney all day. Now, listen, the word was nobody was going to have to pay for ESPN until 2026. They just upped the ante and said, screw that. You fools are going to start paying as soon as WrestlePalooza happens. First of all, that just sounds like somebody just pooped that straight out of their behind. And it's also a take on Lollapalooza, which goes around. Like, I know they always come out this way. They go out here, they be over there on Lakeshore Drive out here in Chicago. But yeah, it's based off of, like I said, a concert where a bunch of artists come and perform. That just sounds like somebody just like was lazy and said WrestlePalooza. Just lazy and came up with some crazy name to go back and forth with freaking All Out. It's stupid. It is just stupid, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm going to tell Tony Khan. Now I'm gonna message this dude. I'm gonna tell him, listen, Tony Khan, all you can do is just focus on bettering AEW. That's all you can do. Don't worry about what Triple H and them doing because they too busy allowing you to live rent free in their head. You used to be the one that was living rent free in their head, but the fact that you don't even be talking about them no more that's why. So what you need to do, you need to figure out, okay, what is my weaknesses when it's concerning the storytelling? Or what is my weaknesses on when I produce my television shows? What can I do better? That's what I would look like. I said, if I was in control of AEW, that would be my number one thing. Okay, what can I do to get these people who are frustrated with what's going on with WWE right now? Okay, I can't just give them more wrestling because that's my bread and butter. I fall prey to that. I literally just go back on that and just say, you know what? Hey, we're the best wrestler. Forget all that bull jive. The wrestlers themselves are going to go out there and give us a banger no matter what it is. The problem is, we as hardcore pro wrestling fans want storylines that make sense so we can say, hey, I want to see Wrestler A versus Wrestler B at such said pay-per-view. But Tony Khan, you can give us a reason for that. Better your product. Forget what the E is doing because Triple H then completely lost his mind. I'm like, first of all, I don't know about y'all, but ain't no way in the world I'm watching no freaking WrestlePalooza over no doggone All Out. I'm just telling y'all right now. Now, will I go back and figure out a way how to watch it? I don't know. It depends. I'll probably have to figure some kind of way out because I'm not doing the ESPN right. I'm just telling y'all that right now. But yeah, it's sad that this is where we are now. It's really sad that the E has fallen prey to the fact that they desperately, number one thing on their mind is taking AEW out. That's the number one thing that's on their mind. They not thinking about making the build up to Clash of the Castle decent. We're not doing that. We focus on let's take more from the fans. Let's take more money out of the fans' pocket, and let's do our best to kill AEW. That's all they thinking about. I'm like, that's not what you should be focusing on. This may have been one of WWE's worst years under Triple H. Listen, I'll tell you this much. When he first got in control, like what was like 2022, I want to say, about 2022, when he first got in control, then it was 2022, then 2023. Now, Vince still had his paw prints, so he was still doing a little something over there. But when he got full control was 2023, 2024. I'll say this much. I thought he did a somewhat subpar job. Fast forward to where we are right now, this may be one of the worst years under Triple H's watch. Every time you see that name that pop up, Paul Levesque, every day. But now the fact that he done hooked up with Mickey Mouse and them, it's sad. It's completely sad, ladies and gentlemen. And they talk about more content, talk about they gonna try to, listen, they literally gonna try to hook up over doing some deal with Amazon. AEW and Amazon too. This is what I say, it's a monopoly that's going on. And this is exactly what I didn't want. This is what we didn't want. We don't want no freaking monopoly. I don't want a monopoly. We've had that years prior. We don't need a monopoly. We don't. But like I say, this is what's going on right now. WrestlePalooza versus freaking All Out. I pray to God that, listen, I hope Tony Khan and them kill it tomorrow. I hope they do a great job. And afterwards, the build up to freaking All Out need to be off the chain. We can't be playing around no more, Tony Khan. We can't play. You see, you got a serious target on your back for a company that's no competition to WWE now. You got a serious target on your back. So you know what you do? You go back to the drawing board. You do what you need to do. And guess what? Let's get a great build up at the Forbidden Door. Let's get a fantastic build up going to All Out. I'm gonna send, matter of fact, I might legit send this video to Tony Khan myself, because Tony Khan do like to respond to certain people. But listen, I'm gonna send this video. I'm gonna actually send this to this man and tell him, watch this video, take this criticism, don't take it as me as hating, because I'm not hating on. Like I said, listen, I thought from what I've been watching, I thought you've done a decent job, but you can do so much better, Anthony. You can do so much better. So much. There's absolutely no excuse for Paul. Paul been in this game for way too long. No excuse. Like I said, there is no excuses whatsoever. We got to get better, ladies and gentlemen. We had to. Like I said, I've been in this space I tell y'all all the time, I've been watching pro wrestling dang near 3 decades. It's getting close. It's getting close. Like I said, 98, 99. What's about 25, 26 years? I'll tell you, dang near almost 3 decades, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, because I came in right at the peak of the freaking Attitude Era. That was when I came in. That's how long I've been watching this pro wrestling crap. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta do better. We have to do better, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, Smackdown, I didn't watch it. I only seen the clip I seen was they had to redo John Cena Logan Paul segment. They literally had to redo it live. I ain't never seen no mess like that before. They literally reshot the scene live. I ain't never seen no. I'm telling y'all, I could only imagine some botched foolishness like that in AEW. Oh, the internet would destroy Anthony Khan. They would destroy that fool. They would destroy him. Paul Levesque, oh, he get a pass. Then I think Solo was talking to Jimmy, and Sammy and Jimmy was hugging up and all this crap. I'm like, man, I don't know. I have no clue what the heck's going on, man. I don't know, man. Like, I remember a time, man, when Raw and SmackDown was can't miss TV. Now you can miss either show. You ain't got to watch them. You can watch them if you want to. But I'm like, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I legit don't know. But I just wanted to give y'all an update. I'm chilling at the airport, getting ready to start my Uber and Lyft shift. Always a pleasure. I appreciate everybody that always comment. Let me know where y'all heads is at. Oh, and I was supposed to, hold on. Okay. This is supposed to be a freaking prediction video. That's what this is supposed to be. So, off the top of the dome, the matches that I know. Mercedes, Alex Windsor, and the other 2 young ladies that's going to be involved in this Fatal 4-Way. I heard Mercedes just won another championship, so that girl got 9 belts. She don't need this TBS title. If Tony Khan is a smart booking man, I would literally put the TBS title on Alex Windsor, especially with her losing like how she did on Dynamite on the Go Home show, I would literally have Alex Winslow win that TBS title. This way, Mercedes is no longer has any. Now, all her titles has nothing to do with AEW, nothing. So this is what I'm doing. I'm having Alex Winslow beat Mercedes and the other two young ladies that's gonna be in the match. Athena, Toni Storm, AEW World Heavyweight Championship, Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I told y'all, man, Tony Khan, you bet not. I repeat, you bet not have Athena lose. You bet not. You bet not have Athena lose. Athena better win. That's all I gotta say. She better win. She better be walking out as your next AEW Women's Champion. And as she has this title, Tony Khan, I'm asking you genuinely, do everything in your power to get us to give a goddamn crap about this title run. Yes, a FBA sister has the title. I am ecstatic. Great. But the problem is, it's about the run. If she goes over, let's get us to care about this run that she's going to have. That's all I'm asking. I'm going to take a chance and believe that Athena gets the job done. She defeats Toni and becomes your next AEW Women's Champion. Great. Triple threat tag team match for the AEW tag team titles because of this botched stupid man finish that happened on Dynamite. Bandino, Brody King, FTR, Hurt Syndicate. Man, listen. I know a lot of people was upset because of the foolishness about what MVP did, but I was telling y'all way before that situation happened that Hurt Syndicate was losing, especially with them turning their backs on freaking MJF. So it makes the most sense. Put the titles on FTR. FTR gets the job done. FTR walks out as your next AEW tag team champs. My dude that looked like he finna be on a surfboard from New Japan versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title. Kyle Fletcher is retaining. He's not losing. This 10-man beat the brakes off your opponent in a steel cage, barbed wire steel cage, but whatever. Death Riders versus Team Will Ospreay. Oh boy. I'm just going out on a limb. Mox hasn't won the pay-per-view in a minute. Will Ospreay is beat down. Tony Khan and them is not liable what happens in this match. Got Kenny coming out of nowhere. It's basically you just watching this to see what kind of chaos is going to happen. That's basically what this match is. I'm just guessing. We in London, right? Team Will Ospreay, they win. What else is on this script that you know? It's some other things that's gonna happen on the show I could care less about. Oh! Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, and Kip Sabian. I am going with Adam Copeland and Mr. Christian Cage to get the job done. This will be their first win to be established, getting back. There's going to be a whole lot of foolishness that's going to happen in this match because you got to remember, they are not on good terms. They're just business partners, ladies and gentlemen. I just did air quotes, if you can see me. They're going to win. Christian and Adam Copeland are going to win, and this will be their first win. It's going to be a lot of goofy stuff that's going to happen because they're going to be not on cue. It's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of goofy stuff. I'm already expecting a lot of goofy man stuff. But I'm going with them to win. Swerve versus Okada for the Triple Crown / International Championship. There is no way in the world that Okada is losing. As much as we all love Swerve, Swerve is losing, ladies and gentlemen. All the FBAs on this show, FBA men, are taking L's. I'm just calling it right now, just saying it right now. I don't think there's any other FBAs on this show that's not winning. The only FBA person that I got winning is Athena. But when it comes to the fellas, we all taking L's. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, now here's the deal. How does Swerve lose? That's the question. The question is, how the heck does Swerve lose? Did somebody screw him over? or something. I just got Swerve losing. I don't know how Tony Khan is going to book this, but Okada, listen, Okada has both titles because he's going to get it over and crown Takeshita when he gets back. Like I said, I know I'm missing a whole lot of other crap that I really don't give a dang about that's going to be on the show. Now it's time for the main title. Because MJF baited that man out of using his contract, Hangman is going to retain the championship. Now the question is, does he use that clause right afterwards? There's a possibility. There's a possibility that even with Hangman winning this match, he said he has the clause for emergency purposes only, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I think is going to happen. Hangman's going to win because Mark Briscoe is going to get involved. No question. Mark Briscoe is getting involved. He's going to get involved some kind of way. He's going to get involved in this matchup. My man Bryce going to get laid out. I see the script. You know, Bryce and MJF are homeboys, so you know he going to get the matchup. Yeah. Hangman's going to retain the title. But then some goofy stuff is finna happen, something, and maybe MJF goes and he decides to use the clause, and that's when he becomes the champion. So it's a possibility that happen. But either way, I got Hangman winning the original match, the first match. Now, whether or not MJF decides to cash in right afterwards, that should be mainly be seen. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all my predictions. I ain't looking at nothing else on the show. So, I mean, I'm not looking at whatever the other matches on the card. I just gave you all the matches that I give a dang about. I told you my predictions. I told you what I'm feeling about what's going on in the E right now. We go from there, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hit me up. Y'all tell me who y'all got winning that Forbidden Door. Enjoy the show, and I will try my best to get back to you sometime this week on my results on what I felt about the show. This your main man, Casefeld, King Self of Life Wrestling Takes. I'll holler at y'all cats later. You know what to do if you're new to the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment. I'll holler at y'all cats later. Holler at your boy.